Hello everyone. I am Alice of KHR Arts and Cloud Orchid Publishing, and today I want to talk to y'all about how I wrote Twig Noir, A Closer Look. Again, this is one of the art books that I created with Bryan Thompson for Cloud Orchid Publishing, and it features my writing along with Bryan's photography. And his photography specifically features our dear model friend, Twig Noir, specifically during one of our Cloud Orchid Caravan Adventures to OSR. This book has incredible, stunning visuals, y'all. These photos are beautiful. Twig Noir herself is an incredibly beautiful human being and model. The wardrobe that she is wearing, she created herself. And of course, with the backdrop of OSR, the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, Ohio, is just a majestic backdrop to have any model in front of. And the movement and the majesty of these photos is matched by the incredible short stories and poetry that I chose to include in this art book. One of the short stories in particular that I want to highlight that I created for this project is The Coronation. This particular short story is based on the coronation of Anne Boleyn, the second wife of Henry VIII. And this story is meant to capture not just the majesty and the grandeur of having a coronation, but also the macabre and just honestly grim story that was to come for this poor unfortunate soul. And that is honestly the vibe of OSR, is that it is majestic, it is breathtaking, but it is also grim, and its history dark, and quite frankly, awful. And that's part of what draws us to create so many of these projects based around OSR and other abandoned places, is that these locations just really capture the imagination, in that it really puts it in perspective when you are walking into such a massive space with an equally massive history attached to it, and realizing that you are just one small human in the span of the universe is just an incredible thing to behold. And to have the physicality of that laid out before you as you just walk through those incredible doors, and just seeing these massive turrets and these huge stone walls. It is a feeling unlike anything else, y'all. And then walking into that space, and even if you're not a sensitive person like me, where you can feel the supernatural, paranormal, whatever word you want to insert here for that sort of thing, even if you're just an average Joe, you can't but help feel the intense energy of the history of that building. I've had people who tell me that they are not believers in ghosts or anything paranormal or anything like that, but walking into OSR, they're like, I don't know what I felt, but I felt something. All of them always say that. And it's because even if you can't feel things, it is just such an incredible location to be in, and knowing the history attached to that place, it makes you feel things. It really does. And coupling that with the beautiful work of Twig Noir and Bryan's incredible ability to capture all of that on film just makes this book so majestic and so fantastic, y'all. I cannot hype it enough. It is such a beautiful book, and it has such fantastic stories attached to it. Now, there are a few stories that are far more on the dark side rather than the majestic side, such as my short story, The Drowning, which is, subject matter is exactly what the title suggests. It's about a drowning, specifically on the Titanic, and some of that might not be everyone's cup of tea, but this is meant to combine that majesty with the macabre of OSR, as well as the beauty and the darkness that was Twig Noir in that beautiful outfit, and just the vibe that she was putting out that day. All of it is just encompassed in this multimedia piece, and that is ultimately what Bryan and I are constantly trying to create with these art books, and to a lesser extent our poetry collections, is that we want to embody an entire feeling, an entire experience, by combining art and photography and poetry and short stories and real life tellings and just all of that in order to present y'all with this full visual and narrative experience. And Twig Noir, A Closer Look, really does encompass all of that. So I highly recommend this book, y'all. Please do check it out. It is a fantastic piece. Even if y'all are the type that only like to look at the pretty pictures, the pictures are 100% worth it, y'all. So I hope y'all liked this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a like. And if you're new, subscribe. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.